Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna share with you some cool Python tricks, and I'm gonna demonstrate these tricks by looking at these 7 tasks. Okay, so let's start with task number 1, which is about creating a list of lists, given 2 different lists, A and B. And the output that we want is this list C, which contains tuples as its elements. So each tuple is made up of elements from list A and B. So the first element in C is a tuple containing the first element of A and the first element of B, and so on. Okay, so let's first create these lists. So A 1, 2, 3, and B 4, 5, 6, and uh, let's comment as task number 1, so we know when we start a specific task. Okay, and we want to generate C, which we could simply get by using list on the zip function, which is applied on A and B. And if we look at C, this is what we get. Uh, so task 2 is very similar. So in this task, we want to create a dictionary from these 2 lists, A and B. And we assume that one of the list contains the keys of the dictionary and the other list contains the values of the dictionary. So the dictionary we could uh, get by simply replacing the list um, call with the dict call on the zip function, which is applied on A and B, and we could get the desired dictionary. So 142536, 142536. Okay, so task number 3 is about flattening the list of lists. So we want to flatten all the elements in C into E here. So 142536. So let's see how we can achieve that. So task 3, um, one way, there are 2 different ways that I'll be showing you guys here how to do this. So method 1, so we start with E as an empty list, and then we simply run a loop on C, and then we extend E by this value here, and then if we display E, so this displays the correct uh, output as required. Okay, so another way of doing the same thing, so method 2 is using the chain function from itertools.chain. We could get to the same result using from iterable, and we apply it on C, and we get the same response. Okay, moving on to task number 4. We want to calculate the total sum of elements in a list of lists, so which is again the list C, and the output that we want is a single number, which should be equal to 21. Again, method 1, and in method 1 we'll be using the same chain function as we did in the previous cell, and we copy this one, just add sum and close this, and we get 21. Another way of doing this is using the map uh, function. So we're using lambda function here. So and applying the sum on each of the tuple element in list C. And if we see, we get to the same results. To verify if the sum is equal to 21, since we generated C from A and B, we could take the sum of A, add into sum of B, and this should be equal to the output that we obtained in the last in from the command in last cell, so previous cell, so true here. Okay, so task number 5 now. Task number 5 is unpack the list of list tuples into multiple lists. So this is kind of the inverse process of what we did in task number 1. So we had in task number 1 we had A and B, and we wanted to create a list C. Now we have this list C and we want to convert back to A and B from there. So this is how we are going to do that. So we can do that by using zip and asterisks on the list C. And since this will generate A hat and B hat as tuples, so if we want them to uh, be of list type, so we could wrap them in list and convert from tuple to list. So if we print these values, we get the desired list here. Okay, moving on to task number 6. In this task, we want to interchange the keys and values of the dictionary. And the dictionary that we are using is the one that we generated in task number 2, which is this dictionary here. We could task number 6, we could print the dictionary here. So that's the dictionary. So one way of uh, converting or interchanging the uh, keys and values of the dictionary is using the dictionary comprehension on the uh, dictionary items. And if we look at it, we get this desired output. So 4, 5, 6, which that these were the values in the input dictionary, and these have become and now become the keys in the output dictionary F. We could also use another method to achieve the same output, and in this case we'll use the map functionality. So lambda x, and we'll flip the elements in the tuple, and we'll apply it on d dot items here. Okay, so if we check, we get the same output here. All right, so now moving on to our final task here, which is about counting the occurrence of each element in a list and then finding the n most common items. All right, so task number 7. Uh, yeah, first let's generate some random integers in the list. So we call it in list equal to randint, and we want random integers between 0 and 6, and we do maybe 10 realization. So input list will be of length 10. So um, okay, so again, and task 7, method 1. In this method, we'll be using the counter uh, from collections, and then we could say counts counter on in list, and if we want to look at this counts object, so you see that it's a counter object containing the element and their frequencies. Okay, so we get this counter here. Um, so what we could do if we want the top two most frequent values, so we could use n equal to 2, and then we could simply say most common, and we'll say n, and if we want to output this as a dictionary, so we could do that, and it gives us the two most common values, 2 and 0. Um, task 7, method 2. So we could also achieve the same output result from using the sorted method. So in this case, we'll use the list count value for val in and the unique values in the list, and then sort it on lambda x on the second element of the tuple, and then we want it in descending order, so we only want the first two uh, values of the output. So if we run this, we get the same two values. Okay, now if we want the most frequent value, we could use n equal to 1 here, and we could use these methods. We could also use max, most frequent value. So another method, and that is using max on set of in list, and key would be in list count. So we want to use the count method of the list, and that gives the most frequent element on that list, which is 0. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. Um, so thanks for watching, and see you all in the next video with more cool Python tricks. Thank you.